What are two things that you can do to prepare for a smooth transition into retirement? I want to talk about two things today. I've got two thoughts. One is get a good idea of what you're spending. What are your expenses? Okay. Going into retirement, myself or advisor, we can help you figure out what your income is going to look like, what it's going to be from your FERS annuities, Social Security, collection strategies there, investment income, stuff like that. Okay, something that's tough for us to figure out for you is what your expenses are. Okay, that's something that you need to figure out. How much money are you spending, and is that spending going to be the same in retirement? And these are a couple things that I don't know if I mentioned this, but I would say work on these things like somewhere from 2 to 5 years prior to retirement. All right, don't do it. Don't start to work on this 2 months before you retire. Work on it now. Okay, work on it at least a couple years before retirement, so then that way you know what your goal is. Okay, I spend $60,000 a year. Okay, so that's the income that I need. All right, what do my income sources look like? Is that feasible? Is it going to work? Okay, do I have wiggle room? Can I spend more on maybe some hobbies that I have or things that I want to do, taking the family on vacation? All right, income is just about controlling expenses and setting guidelines, parameters for your spending as it is income and what you're bringing in. All right, so that's idea number one. All right, now idea number two is somewhat related, but a little different. And that is to get your big ticket items, big ticket expenses, try and take care of those prior to retirement. Okay, if you have an older house, you plan to stay in that house and you need some updates. You need a new roof. What's a new roof going to cost? It's going to cost $20,000. Is it going to cost $40,000? All right, roofs are, if you haven't replaced a roof lately, they are expensive. They can be really expensive depending on the size of the home, depending on where you live. So if you're going to have a $25,000 item that you need to pay for, a year into retirement, plan for that now. Okay, my roof is older. I'm going to start planning for that now. I'm going to set some money aside here. Maybe you need to pull back on TSP investments a little bit. If you're contributing the max, you're putting I think it's a little over $30,000. Okay, maybe I need to take some of that money and I'm going to put that in a savings account because I'm going to use that money in 2 years to pay for a roof. Okay, you might want to do that. Maybe you need to remodel a kitchen. Maybe you need to buy a new car. Okay, if you plan to do traveling, you're going to do some driving around the nation. Your first few years of retirement, your car has 170,000 miles on it, 200,000 miles on it. You might want to look at upgrading to a car that has less miles and would theoretically be more reliable. Okay, so start planning for that. Okay, maybe I need to do that now. Planning for that stuff now, starting to plan for those big ticket items 5 years out from retirement, that'll just help you it'll help for a smoother transition moving into retirement. Okay, it's not that you can't do these things in retirement. However, if you retire and then your first year of retirement, you haven't planned for it, but yet you need a new car. Okay, you need a new roof on the house. And oh, by the way, we've got a wedding to pay for. Our oldest is getting married and we're paying for the wedding. It's going to cost $20,000. Okay, those are big expenses that really you should plan for ahead of time. Okay, so that's just a couple ideas to help you guys transition into retirement. Think about those things 5 years out or so before retirement. Thanks for watching. If you like the video, like it, share it, subscribe. Thanks.